guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Today's story we're going to hop right into is soft men have lost their minds. Guys are becoming so desperate on dating apps, trying to figure out how they can break through the algorithms that they're dressing as women. Not really, but they're pretending to be women on dating apps. They're putting themselves up there as women on the account and making fake accounts so they can match with guys and see which guys are getting the most swipes, I guess. They're trying to find which are the most successful guys. In other words, which men are they being offered? Because those are the men that get the most match. It's so stupid. It is so stupid to waste so much of your life trying to meet these women. These women online. So now, not only if you're a guy swiping on profiles, not only are you meeting, girls trying to sell their OF, not only are you meeting bots, but now and not only are you meeting women that probably don't even see your profile, now you're probably swiping on men as well, which is so stupid. I'm going to cover this and this other story here. There's no hope for men on dating apps. But then I've got, if you guys are on YouTube, I've got over on Locals, I'm going to be talking about Home Depot has gone now into this new woke stuff and talking about privilege, about how mainstream media is dead. Many of you already recognize what's wrong with this picture. And then Iggy Azalea, a funny story about Iggy Azalea, which she's a singer, but that's not the point. We'll get into it over there. From the New York Post, why desperate men are now catfishing women on frustrating dating apps. They say it took roughly 2 years for Dan, a 36-year-old working in finance, to do something about his frustration with dating apps. He'd been using Bumble and Tinder off and on without much success. On weekdays, forget it. Weekends, a fit of swiping right might land him 10 or so matches. Well, that's actually better than most guys. Maybe one, if he was lucky, would ever lead to a date. I was downloading the apps and then deleting them soon after. It was so boring, trying to be unique, trying to be clever. I don't think my personality came across for them. It doesn't. I've been unmatched for telling a joke. It was very frustrating. Now, what's his problem with this logic in this? Is because he's trying to be unique. He's trying to be clever. He's trying to jump through hoops to get women's attention. And they know this. This is why a lot of times women will complain about matching with a dude and he's like, all right, name and number, let's get it on. And they're like, oh, isn't anybody creative anymore? But that, believe it or not, just asking to, saying a funny line and asking to tap it is probably more unique than these guys trying to come up with do you want to hear a joke or do you want to hear what kind of pickup line? It's like, you're try hard, dude. You're try hard. And women don't like that. Dan knew other guys were having all the luck in the world, which gave him an idea. Why not check out the competition to see what he could learn about behaviors of more successful men? He said, I have a friend who doesn't have much of a personality, and even he seemed to be having more success. I wanted to see the other profiles of these guys. The reason why he doesn't have much of a personality, but he was having success, is because personality does not come across in 3 sentences on a dating profile, but a square jaw and muscles and good looks and height do. That's what it boils down to. And as soon as men understand this, you'll get off the dating apps. Single men are so fed up with online dating that some of them are resorting to virtual gender bending, posing as a woman, not only in order to suss out the competition, but also to experience life on the other side. At the beginning of the summer, I had 2 clients mention unprompted that they had made profiles of women, said Blaine Anderson, a dating coach for straight men in Austin, Texas. I thought it was unusual, but then another guy recently reached out on Instagram, and he said he did the same thing. I was like, this is starting to feel like a pattern. One day last week, Anderson polled her followers on Instagram to see who had done this, and over 250 responded to the affirmative. Women get a ton of matches despite what their profile looks like, and the reality is most men, even really eligible bachelors, guys who would make good partners, don't get many matches. Now, there's actually some science behind this, and what it is that women, I've seen videos of women swiping, and what they're doing is it's literally half a second. They're looking at the picture and they're saying, nope, 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 yep, nope, 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 nope. Because they know even if they're an average looking girl, there are going to be horny, thirsty guys out there that'll hook up with them. And so they can be extremely selective. I mean, okay, look at these 2 guys. Now, again, I'm not going to be super harsh on them, but okay, look, you're not dressed very well. And look, I don't dress very well, but I'm not trying to meet anybody. I don't give a crap. You're not dressed very well. You got doughy bodies, right? I mean, you don't have a square jawline. This guy's not doing too bad, but he's not in shape at all. I mean, he's got fat arms, and it looks like he's even got a little bit of that kind of stretch mark stuff going on the inside of your arms. Instead of wasting their time with all this BS, go to the gym. But see, the thing is, the gym requires a long-term dedication. Eating right is hard. Going to the gym is hard. Getting a square jawline. I mean, even Andrew Tate's kind of got a weak chin, but he's also ripped and can knock your ass out if you make fun of him. But these guys are doing, and the other thing is too, what they're doing does not improve their life at all. But if you went to the gym and you lost body fat and you got healthy, you're at least doing something for yourself in that matter. One dater, Jeremy Cryer, recently went viral on TikTok with his plight. He said, "You do realize for guys we have to wait like weeks to get liked, let alone a person we are interested in." His female coworker, by contrast, was talking to 39 people after being on a dating app for 3 days, Cryer told his followers. Dan found this to be true when he posted a new profile about 6 months ago on Tinder, this time as a woman. "I got far more matches," he said, estimating a typical weekend might net him, or more specifically his female persona, more than 50 potential suitors at a time. And this is why you don't spend time on dating apps. If a woman can get 39 matches and you can get one, you're going to overinvest in the one match. And women can tell. Women can tell when you're not a desirable man, because most of the time you come across as thirsty or needy or try hard. Where in the meantime, if she has 39 guys to choose from and a guy goes, "Hey, what's up?" She's like, "Nah, that's not an original, introduction." Out. "Oh, this guy, yeah, he asks me a bunch of funny questions and he's kind of silly, but try hard." Out. Or she'll look at that and then look back at his picture and says, "I got others to choose from that are better looking." Dating online is a waste of time for everybody but the top 5-10%ers in looks. You might be rich, you might be personable, you might be awesome, but none of that comes across in a photo, and you have literally half a second or a second to catch her attention. They say for his experiment, he used the name and picture of an ex-girlfriend. She lives in another country. She would never find out, he said, and started swiping. A 28-year-old who lives in New York City and works in social media, he told the Post that he began posting on Hinge as a woman 4 months ago. He specifically wanted to see which profiles made it into the male version of the app's Spotlight section, which showcases the most desirable, most liked candidates. I agree. That's not a bad idea. But here's what's going to make it. The guys that are with six packs and tall and muscular and good looking and, and an IDGAF. I don't give an F attitude. I learned that most of the men are at least 5'10" and decent looking.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Exactly. They're tall and they're good looking. You can't overcome that if you're not a good looking, tall guy, no matter how great your profile is. Learn that and move on in your life. He said they also have a variety of pictures showing some hobbies, and I think one of the prompts is usually lighthearted and kind of funny. He and his female alter ego currently on break from Hinge, but he's going to use this feedback to create a new profile once he returns to swiping as himself. I think I should get one good picture of me on vacation doing something cool, like jet skiing in a tropical location or in front of some famous Instagrammable location. And what he's trying to do is fabricate, I don't know, money or excitability, something. TikToker Jeremy Cryer's recent video chronicling the success of a female coworker on the dating app struck a chord with viewers. Others are playing online games of Tootsie in order to eavesdrop on their competitors' pickup lines. Casey, 30, an accountant in Western New York, wanted to see what kind of messages men send women. He said a lot of them were stupid, like, "Hey, hey, beautiful." But then there were a few I thought were really good, like responding to something that was in my profile. Casey, like the other men interviewed for this story, justified his actions as ethical because he didn't actually respond to anybody. Maybe not, but what he's doing is wasting other men's times. So if you get a match with somebody and you send them an interesting line and they never respond, maybe it was a dude trying to scope out the app. Like, you're still wasting people's time, and including your time. He said, I didn't let it get to the point where I felt bad. I wasn't going to message anybody back. and blase. And here's the other article I was going to read for this segment here on YouTube. There's no hope for men on dating apps, says a man who can't get a date. And again, this is the same guy, and he just goes on to say there's no hope for men. But here's the thing. If this is your photo, you got to work on yourself. Your beard is unkempt. You don't have a clean shave line on your neck. He's not probably a bad looking guy. Horrible photo angle. It shows that you're alone. And here's the thing. Even if you approve or even if you improve this stuff, the first question usually these women are asking is like, how tall are you? That's almost all of them. Or you come across with a funny line, you have a couple of sentences back and forth, and the women are like, oh, I got other matches to talk to, and you're boring. Or you're not creative, or there's a better looking guy and he's showing me interest. Or it's like, it's almost as if men are standing in a line, 40 deep, 50 deep line, and a woman's standing there saying, next, no, you didn't have an interesting pickup line, and I see 40 more men behind you. Next, oh, you're only 5'10"? I can find a 6-footer. Next. And as they're going through this line, more men are getting in line on the back end of it. And this is what you're competing with. It's not going to work. Again, a lot of guys will have success on these dating apps, but what are they doing? They're showing money. They're showing activity. They're showing a large social group. They're showing that they're tall or athletic. They're showing that they're good looking. And those guys are the guys that are like, the other stuff that I see on r/Tinder is women showing men's profiles that are like, do you do backdoor stuff, or why don't you come over and do certain things to me? And women are like, are guys really like this? And it's like, yeah, the ones that you swipe on are really like this because they can be, because it might tick you off and it might insult you, but there's hundreds, thousands of other women that'll put up with it because this guy's a winner. And that's what it's all about. Guys, again, I've got a ton of other stuff I'm going to talk about today. So if you're on YouTube, join me over on betterbachelor.locals.com. It's free to become a member. You don't have to pay to see these videos. You don't get advertising or anything like that. And if you want to become a supporter today, you can for less than a cup of coffee. It's like $5 a month. That's less than a good Starbucks. Well, there's no such thing as good Starbucks. It's less than a cup of coffee out at a good restaurant now because of inflation. So come on over and give me some support today. I would appreciate it.